Welcome back to Beshear and Bourbon with David Palmer and your drink for today. I had a lot of questions yesterday and we had a whole lot of fun with the Sazerac, to the point at which I had 3 or 4, and then my wife made me wear this hard hat for the rest of the evening because I kept bumping into everything in our house. So let's try not to do that tonight, but we're going to do something for Beshear and Bourbon time today that'll be very exciting. I'm going to make a perfect Manhattan. Now, a lot of you have heard of the Manhattan. Maybe you haven't heard of the perfect Manhattan. It's just a little bit different recipe. But let's start with our ingredients and why the Manhattan is an important drink. I'm going to start with the easier ingredients, and that is the vermouth. The perfect Manhattan uses 2 types of vermouth. It uses light and dark vermouth, or red vermouth, as some people call it. Light vermouth was developed in France. Both of these are aromatic wines that have been bolstered with a brandy or another type of liquor to make them stronger. This was very popular back when they were invented. As I said, the white vermouth is from Italy, was originally from France, and the red vermouth was from Italy. So let's go ahead and look at these two. We're going to use a ½ ounce of each of these, and we're going to use 2 ounces of our bourbon. Now, I will tell you something that I always have believed, and that is you do not have to spend a lot of money on bourbon. As much as I love the Woodford Reserve Double Oaked, Old Forester is an amazing product at a price point that you just have to buy it. You should keep this in your liquor cabinet all the time. And the reason I wanted to use Old Forester today was to tell you a little bit about the development of these drinks. And while I'm making this, I'll talk a little bit about that. But I'm going to start out, and I'm going to make 2 drinks, so I'm going to double up my amounts for you today. So let's go ahead and go with a full ounce of sweet vermouth and a full ounce of dry vermouth into our tumbler. And the reason that the vermouth became so popular is originally started in the 1880s. So we're kind of going forward from our Sazerac earlier to our Manhattan. The Manhattan was started at the Manhattan Club in New York City, but it didn't really take off until the 1920s. And what happened in the 20s was America was inundated during Prohibition by very terrible cheap liquor. And so by making the Manhattan, we were able to sweeten up, brighten up what would have been pretty difficult bourbon to drink at the time. So there we go. We've got 1 ounce of that. Let's go to so let's double that up to 4. And there we go. So I'm making 2. Again, we're not making drinks for the kids. This is not something to take to your frat party. This is a drink for an adult to drink. Let's put a little ice in here. And then let's put some bitters as well. Bitters is a very popular ingredient. Again, we're using the Copper and Kings. Bitters is a very popular ingredient in a lot of classic 1920s cocktails. And you remember what I said yesterday. For most drinks of this type, you don't shake them. We don't want to break up the ice. We want to chill the drink. So let's go ahead and do this. You get a nice cold drink. Something else I wanted to tell you as I pour this. A lot of writers have considered the Manhattan a survivor's drink. And in this day and age, and especially with what we're dealing with right now, surviving is very, very important. There we go. The Manhattan has either a lemon wedge or a maraschino cherry. I like to call maraschino cherries candy for alcoholics' children. I will tell you this, that as I said, the Manhattan is a survivor's drink. Back through the 20s, it made it through the Taft years. It made it through Hoover's administration. Nixon could not even try to kill the Manhattan. And actually, Bush Jr. gave it a little bit of strength as it came through. This drink will survive our current administration, and it will survive to the future because it is a classic and all classics make it.